This is the Emax Hawk Nanoscout. It's going to be a fully HD0 1S setup. It's going to use Emax's new one-cell batteries that have this little half-moon shaped connector that charges via a USB little charger that they include, where you can charge up to 6 of these at once. And this is one of the smallest, most durable HD0 setups that you're going to be able to get.
This is going to be one of the lowest cost HD tiny drones that you can possibly get. We're going to go over what they're doing in order to get this formula just right. But if you want even more details, go check out my full review of the original Nanoscout release. It's a full kit that you can get with an analog version. So this takes that same frame formula, upgrades it all to HD0. This is using HD0's all-in-one 5-in-1 board. That means the electronic speed controller, the flight controller, the receiver, the camera input system, and power system are all on one single layer board. That's how they're able to get the size so small and the weight so low.
Now this is going to be a bit heavier than one that's more designed for racing, but if you're really worried more about durability and being able to learn how to fly and being able to navigate precisely, sometimes that little bit of extra weight makes it a little bit easier to manage. The ultra lightweight ones that are typically used for racers, sometimes they offer a little bit of twitchiness. So this might be able to get you a little more control. We're going to take it on some tracks and see how it performs.
You are also getting Emax's durable frame, so you're going to be putting on a little bit more weight compared to a racing option. This is my custom HD0 Whoop solution that I use on racetracks, and we're going to compare the weights and see what you get for both. Now, if you put this system together, it's going to cost you a couple $100, and it's going to weigh 18.6 grams. Now, I've taken every cost-cutting feature. I have the new Beta FPV Air 2 frame on here. I'm using plastic screws on the bottom. I'm using plastic screws on the top. I'm using everything that you can possibly do to get the weight as low as possible. So for Emax's version with a similar power system, you're looking at 23.7 grams. So about 5 grams difference is a considerable amount. So this is going to be more for cruising, racing. It's going to have the durability to deal with a crash. Now, one of the things that I've noticed right off the bat is flying this ultralight version. When I was out there flying it outdoors, I actually tore a couple of motor wires, and I'm going to have to do some repairs on that. On the Emax option, things are a little bit more protected. Your top of the board is almost completely protected. Of course, there is some ventilation. You can still see that HD0 board in there, but you're going to be a lot more protected here. That's what you get for that extra 5 grams worth of weight. It's still going to be good enough to go onto a track, and we're going to show you some nighttime flying footage with the Houston crew. Takes me back to my night spot days when we all used to get together and race in a parking lot. This time we were racing in JP's backyard. The other thing they do is use Emax's new battery connector. That's going to allow you to use any one of Emax's new battery releases. And if you want to convert some of your old batteries, you can buy those connectors separately. You're also going to get a pack of spare Emax Avon mini props that you're going to use for this type of thing. So what do I think? If you're a beginner and you want to have the smallest, lightest HD0 setup, you're going to have to choose. Do you want to move the needle a little bit more towards lower weight and performance and probably a little bit more cost and build your own custom solution like this? Or do you want to have something that has a little bit more prioritization on durability, and that's where I'm going to go the Emax route. Check out some of the footage, see what you guys think below. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of these. A lot of times Emax is making a lot of their own electronics. This time though, they're pretty much using HD0 system, dropping it in, pairing it with their very nice powerful motor that does carry the weight well, but you're not going to go quite as fast. One of the things that I do like, if you look on the bottom of this Nanoscout right here, there's actually a little sort of rubbery band battery connector. On these racing setups, you can't really fit a larger battery on here because it's built into the frame and this is rigid. But on Emax's, you can fit one of their larger battery solution. So if you did want to fly a little bit longer, instead of throwing a 270 or a 300, you could probably fit one of those slightly larger batteries on there. And instead of flying for 1.5 to 2 minutes, maybe fly for 3, maybe even as much as 4 minutes, as long as you don't mind carrying the extra weight. So nice job, Emax. They're continuing to release beginner friendly solutions out there. If you didn't see this Tiny Hawk Baby Hawk Lite all-in-one package that's meant for beginners, you can get this entire kit with a radio for under $200. Go check that out. But you can see how much smaller the Nano Hawk is, and this HD version of the Nano Hawk is going to have HD0, like we said, built in. So you're going to have the better picture quality on here compared to one of those less expensive beginner solutions. Thanks, guys.
Ah, what the fuck? I see Derek. I don't know.